name's Tallon Lafountaine. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Yucaipa, California. It wasn't until about the latter part of 2011 where I kind of started riding, and I started going to the track with a friend of mine in Beaumont, California. And I was just going to the track and riding with him, and it was just for fun, like goofing around, go to the track, go play in the hills, and then my dad wanted to start coming to the track with me, and we started just going, and that year, 2011 Christmas, I got bikes for Christmas, and after that we kind of started racing and taking it a little more serious. So the next level in the sport for me is going to be racing Supercross and racing outdoors, and you know, that's the pinnacle of the sport, is racing Supercross and in the stadium with all the people. I do it for the excitement and the adrenaline and just the feeling you get when, even like on practice days, you're nervous to go out and do a new jump that you haven't done yet, or just getting better and going faster. Every day you're at the track, you're pushing yourself, and you're pushing to get to that next level, and that next level is a big step. You know, when I step into Supercross, I'm racing against guys who have 5-6 years of experience in the stadiums. The thing that motivates me the most is probably not winning, but I just hate losing. Whether it's going to the gym, and me and my trainer and all the guys who trains always have kind of like competitions going on, or whether it's coming to the track and not being the fastest or the best at the practice track, you go home and you think about it and it drives you the next day, and that's probably the biggest motivating factor I have, is just wanting to be the best, and I hate being anything but that.
Hi, my name's Randy Lawrence, and I've been in the motocross industry on the professional side for about 25 years now. There's motocross riders that have some success, and some that maybe have the talent or the ability to be successful that don't quite reach that level that they dreamed of or they strive to be. And on my side of it, where I'm not the one actually on the bike riding it and competing, is I've seen guys on both sides of that coin over the years, and a lot of it comes down to the mentality. And some guys, I believe, a big part of success in this would be believing and trusting in yourself and your own ability, rather than trying to compete against the other guys that are on the gate with you. So the best thing to do is relegate back to your thought process of executing the best laps that I can. Do my laps, hit my marks, put in 15, 20, whatever your class is, of the best laps that I can tonight, and make the progress necessary to minimize the damage for the championship. And that may be a 5th or 6th place that night. But if you're making all these mistakes because you're trying to rush it, and you tip over a couple times and you do this and that, and you end up 11th or 12th, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot because you got worried about being up front instead of just executing a plan of where you're at and making the most of what you can do for that night. All right, as far as motivation to be a champion or to be a winner, to be at the top of this sport, there are all sorts of motivations. There's internal motivation, where you're going to do it for yourself. It's a dream of yours. You got the heart to do it. You hate losing more than you like winning. That type of an attitude. There's also the external motivations, where you got the fame, the money, the chicks, the cars, the rides, whatever the case is. And I can't sit here and say that any of those motivations are bad, but you have to find what makes it work for you. And most champions have an internal motivation that they could care less if they had the cool car or all these the money or whatever comes with winning, they really put that to the side because they're winning for themselves. Like, it's an internal drive and desire that they just don't want to accept being second place. Like, if they're going to be second place, they're not even going to be out there racing and competing, and there's guys that strive and they have that internal drive and motivation, and maybe they don't win titles, but as long as that motivation and drive and desire is there, they're going to be successful to an extent with their career. It's the guys that kind of have things handed to me a little bit easier, or they're only focused on what they're going to get if they do well. Those guys definitely fall to the wayside more so than the guy that just will not accept getting beat.
Hi, my name is Phil Lawrence. I've been riding dirt bikes since I was 5 years old, turned pro at 17, and was on the professional tour for about 15 years. When I was young, my whole family raced dirt bikes and actually rode them mostly. We lived in the desert, Yucca Valley, and it's something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to race and be a professional at riding dirt bikes. My motivation to be a professional was, I think it was interesting. It was just an overwhelming desire I had in me to want to be a pro and to excel and be one of the elite at racing dirt bikes. Growing up, like I said, I had a one-track mind. I wanted to be one of the best motocross riders there were, and I did that. So I was one of the best, and it still didn't bring contentment and happiness. You always want more. You always want more. And I just came to a point where I wasn't having fun anymore, and it was so much stress trying to perform at an elite level every weekend. And I was just doing things that I shouldn't be doing, especially being an athlete. And I just basically was miserable in where I thought I wanted to be. So my results went downhill. I started doing things, like I said, I shouldn't be doing. And finally it was time to be finished and move forward with my life and just go a completely different avenue. Racing as a professional, it's all about you. It's a very selfish thing, which is understandable. If you're going to be the best or one of the best, it is all about you. And you have people around you that just cater to whatever you need to make you perform. And that was one of the things that I think breeds in contentment. And now I have a family and I have a business, and it's about other people. It's about me serving my family and my kids, and man, there's so much contentment in that, and I have no pressure to perform. I just have to be a good role model to my kids and love my wife, and life is good. What I think the advice I would give to amateurs or young up-and-coming people who want to get into the sport and be a pro and be one of the best is, man, treat it like that's all you want. And what I mean by that is work on your technique, and it has to be everything. It has to be, or else you're not going to do it. And just work on stuff. Trust in your homework that you've done. When you get to the races, don't second guess yourself. You did your homework. If you did, and if you didn't, you better do it, or else you're not going to do it anyway. So just do that. Be focused on what you're doing, and there's a lot of distractions out there, and don't give in to them. Keep focused. If you really want to do something bad enough, you can do it.